can't tell you're in a hurry, of course.
By the way, I'm racing out.
Yes, yeah. You're catching a bus or?
Sorry?
You're catching a bus?
No, because I just pulled up in my car.
I thought you were going to get a bus somewhere.
No.
Because there was a bus there, you were running.
It's got nothing to do with the bus.
Are you in too much of a hurry to talk to us?
I'm really in quite a hurry,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Thanks. You were just trying to get the express post, weren't you?
I was.
And now you're still in a hurry?
By 5. No, well, I've done that now.
You've done that now?
Yeah.
So you can talk to us for a minute?
I might be able to.
Yeah? My name's Andrew.
Damien.
Hello, Damian.
Nice to meet you, Andrew.
Nice to meet you. What do you do?
I'm self-employed. I make greeting cards.
You make greeting cards. Were they what you were sending off?
Yes. And so kind of urgent. I needed to get them there by tomorrow, and so it was a case of getting them in the post today.
Then, is this for... Tell us what is it that you're sending?
They're actually greeting cards, handmade greeting cards, and it's my own business.
Where are you sending them?
They're going out to Sydney today.
To a retailer?
To a retailer, yes.
Who's going to sell them for lots of money?
Well, I certainly hope so.
And give you a pittance?
No, I don't get... I'm doing okay out of it, so... I always used to make greeting cards for friends and family, and a few people had seen them, suggested that perhaps it was worthwhile me going into business. I joked around with them and said, yeah, sure. And one person in particular said, well, you really should. And I agreed, but I didn't take it any further, and got to the stage where he said, well, if you don't, I will. And so it all started from there. Made the sample set up, then went out, got outlets, and then came back and actually produced them. So
you actually didn't have to make them until you had the orders for them?
No, it wasn't a huge investment initially to actually get the product up and running. Yes, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, if you want to achieve something yourself, then you have to be willing to risk that. Hobart tends to be a very small market.
You could do this anywhere, couldn't you?
Definitely, yes. Yeah. So I set it up in New South Wales, and I've moved back to here because friends and family are here, and I'm also having a house built on the east coast of Tasmania. So, well, not for myself, but for my aunt and uncle, a house that I've designed. We've gone through the design process, and that's it's about a month into it, and getting up to first floor level.
Another talent.
I've got a BA in environmental design. I studied architecture down at the School of Art, and anything with creativity I love and get a lot of satisfaction out of.
Are you single?
I am single.
Are you going to stay single?
I'm happy being single at the moment. It's a very busy lifestyle that I lead. Yeah. And so...
when you become so rich that you have to share your wealth?
It would be nice to find a partner in life, but I'll just have to wait until that. I've seemed to have been looking for quite a while, and I've given up looking now. So.
Is it because you're hard to please, or is it because it's hard to find?
Probably hard to please, I guess.
Are you?
So, yes. And hard to find, I don't know.
How old are you?
24.
24. You've got plenty of time, haven't you?
Certainly do,
yeah.
Yes.
Have you had a long-term relationship with anyone?
No, not really. So, it's not through... I would like to share my life with someone, but at the moment I'm busy enough and I'm happy with who I am.
Yes.
So I don't need somebody to actually complete my life.
Are you thinking of buying a ticket to that?
I was just thinking.
My Fair Lady is one of the great old-time musicals. Have you seen it before?
No.
You have never seen it?
No, only read about it.
Well, this is your big opportunity.
Yes.
I was wondering, actually, as you were standing here looking at it, I thought maybe you were one of the stars.
No, I wish I was.
Yeah? What would you do? Can you sing and dance?
No, I can't do anything.
You can't do anything?
Only probably stand-up comedy.
Can you?
Oh, I probably could. I'm not going to do it now, no.
I was looking forward to that. Have you got family?
Yes, I have.
Big family?
Only 4 children.
That's big.
3 boys and a girl.
Yeah. How old is the eldest?
Eldest is 28. 29, and the second eldest birthday today is 28, but he's not here with us now.
He's not here?
No. Passed away.
Oh, no. How sad.
Yes, it happened at Rugby a long time ago and murdered.
He was murdered?
Yes.
How many years ago?
Well, 1968, 86.
Yeah? Young, very young.
So we had house and apartment told us we wanted to move anywhere.
Yes.
We said Ewanville because families all in and around this area. And it's lovely.
But he would have been terribly young.
Yes, he was only 18.
Gosh.
His birthday's today, actually.
Yeah?
He's 28.
I guess it's
Oh, it is when you see backs of young children that he went to school with over here at Yungle High.
Yeah.
You think, oh, that's him, but it's not, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah. You've got over it, sort of?
yes, oh yes, we have to, because you've got to go on.
What about your husband?
Oh, my husband is a dairy farmer. He was working on a dairy farm up at the Grove, and so he's down here now, and he just loves it.
He's
down here.
got over it?
Yes, he's sort of a nervous person.
Yeah.
But, I suppose you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you work on the farm?
No, I was just helping him do the hay and feed the cows and things and that. But he just, you have to go where they tell you to go, and and we come back down here and we just love it. Go for walks of a night in the evening after tea. It's just lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, you do the front up.
That's right. That's right. And you were just in the right place.
I was telling my wife about it last night.
Why were you?
Last week. She hasn't seen it because she usually has programs on, usually has a meeting on Tuesday nights. And we missed last week, which was her first Tuesday night off. So,
there's always tomorrow.
there's tomorrow. She's lined up.
What's your name?
Rick.
Rick. Andrew.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Andrew.
What do you do, Rick?
Oh, I'm having a day off at the moment, but I usually work with CSIRO in technical level in forest research.
What got you into it? Was it
What got me
ideology?
into it? Oh, I started with forest management training out of school.
Yeah.
I guess it was because my father took me deer hunting. You know,
Deer hunting?
Yeah, introduced me to forests, and
Where?
this was New Zealand.
You moved to Australia
Yes.
for any particular reason?
Oh, I met a girl.
You met a girl.
Yes. I'd bought a car and I was having a look at the South Island, and I was driving down Milford Sound one rainy late afternoon, and there was this figure ahead of me in a bright yellow coat walking in the drizzle down the side of the road, and I thought, oh, it's somebody I can give a lift to, somebody to chat to on the way down the Sound. So I stopped, and the figure saw me and sped up a little to come to the car door, by which time I'd wound the window down and sort of gestured at the open area that I was using as a bed, and then saw to my horror that it wasn't a male, it was a young woman. So I blushed and then said, well, would you like a lift anyway? And she said yes, and we took it from there. I came over here and had a look around and applied for introduced myself in Canberra to the forestry group there, and by the time I eventually got a job and got over here a couple of years later, I was married to someone else. But that's life.
How did you meet the girl of your life?
Oh, that was... you mean my first wife?
Yes, I mean your first wife, yes.
How did I meet her? Her sister came to work in the area I was in and asked me a couple of times if I'd like to go out, and eventually said, would I take her sister out, who was upset over her relationship breakdown, strictly to make up a foursome on a non-committal basis. And 7 years and 2 children later, it became non-committal.
Again.
Yes.
But then you married again.
No, I'm disenchanted with the formal arrangement. I think that it's a big hypocrisy in a society which requires the free will of 2 to make the contract and the free will of only 1 to break it.
So you don't think it works, really?
I think it's a private matter, and society should stay out of it.
Going back to the things that drive you, motivate and interest you, what you do now continues to be of interest to you?
Yes. It's a privileged position, particularly in this society. The work environment is good.
And you get satisfaction out of what you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you get are there other things that take your interest in
Life
apart?
Yes. Oh, I'm flat out maintaining and restoring a couple of houses.
Is that like a passionate hobby or a commercial hobby?
It's something to keep me off the streets. Yes.
Uh-huh.
It was something I started with my marriage and continued as a sole parent for 5 years or so, because it meant I was at home as a sort of foundation for my son.
Mm-hmm. You were looking after your son after the split.
Yes.
How did that come about? It's not...
He was 5 when he went with his sister and mother to Melbourne from the Latrobe Valley, which is where I was living at the time. And over the next 3 years, with access visits, I think he decided that living with me would be a constant holiday.
Mm-hmm. So he expressed that wish?
He expressed that wish to his mother, and sufficiently regularly, repeatedly, for her to mention it to me and say she was willing to have him come and live with me on a trial basis. And when he found that my life wasn't all holidays, he wanted to move back. And she said she wasn't prepared to have him chop and change, and her life had changed. And I don't know whether she said you're stuck with it, but that was the end result. Yes, yes.
And how did your son deal with that? Did he get?
I guess the positive is that it helped him gain independence.
And the relationship between you at that time?
Still hesitant relationship.
You mean now, even?
Yes, now even. It's something parenthood is something I never quite had the skill to make enough time for, I don't think.
How old is he now?
He's just turned 24.
So all this time, it's never quite gelled.
No, I don't think so. I tend to live a fairly solitary existence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though you have a partner with children and. Yeah.
Yes.
The things that you've learned about life and relationships, is there anything that you can apply to make this one work better? Do you think we can learn things about ourselves from our mistakes?
I think it's very difficult to define the life stage between infancy and senility.
A very thin line, do you think?
A very thin line.
And you cross it without knowing
a
it.
microsecond.
But you're far from senility, so you're still at stage 1.
Oh, possibly.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you have time to talk to SBS for a minute? We're meeting people, just casually meeting people and having a conversation. And we just wanted to meet you and say hello. My name's Andrew.
Andrew, hello.
What's your name?
Carol.
Carol. Are you Hobartian, Tasmanian?
I am originally, yes.
Yeah?
But I live in Ireland now.
Do you? Why?
Good question. I sometimes feel quite schizophrenic because I love both places.
Whereabouts in Ireland do you live?
In West Cork, down in the southwest corner.
And
very remote place. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
Is it as remote as the west coast here in Tasmania? Is it that sort of...
Different, but yeah, remote.
Yeah. Why did you choose to live there?
Oh, these are questions that are hard to answer.
Why? There must be a reason.
It was entirely...
Capricious.
No, it was not an accident, but it was certainly not planned. I went there about 7 years ago to meet up with a friend to go travelling. I had no interest in going there.
Yeah.
And just fell in love with the place.
And so you've gone back there?
Yeah.
Do you have a reason for being here now? Is this a holiday?
My family are all in Australia. My mother lives here in Tasmania, and
so you're visiting them.
And I have 2 children, both about to have offspring of their own, and I'm becoming a granny.
And they're here?
Twice over, yes, early next year. So that's a very good reason to be back as well.
So will you be here for a while?
I will, yes.
Until they're born?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Ah, I see. And what have you left behind in Ireland?
A house, a beautiful property, a man.
Is he coping without you?
Oh, yes. I think it's a very sensible sort of situation. He's got work to do over there, I've got things to do here, and I think you reach a stage in your life where physical proximity isn't the only form of closeness.
How long did you live in Tasmania before you decided to move to Ireland?
Oh dear. Well, I was born here, and I moved to Sydney in the late 70s, I think, and lived most of the time in Sydney. I was in Canberra for a couple of years. Yes. Then about 7 years ago I set off travelling and ended up there.
With the same man?
No, on my own.
Oh, so he came onto the scene later on?
Yes, oh yes.
In Ireland?
Yes.
Is he Irish?
Yes, he's Irish. Quite after I'd fallen in love with the place, though.
Yes?
Yeah. It still bemuses me how it happened, but then...
But that's life, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. No, sometimes nicer not to know than to know.
Yes. You had no plans?
No.
And it happened? And it was nice and...
I'm sure this is not going to be all that interesting for your viewers.
You don't. Tell me, well, let's put it to the test. Do you find people interesting?
Of course.
Yeah?
I think other people remind us that we're not isolated entities, but that we're all one.
My name's Andrew.
How you doing, Andrew?
What's your name?
Rohan.
Rohan?
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? Today?
Right now?
Yes.
I'm putting a set into St George's Hall for
a set of what? For what?
For a dance theatre show. It's supposed to be some kind of a blank wall that the audience is in awe of. It. You know, they walk into the theatre and there's this big blank wall there, so they're immediately put on edge.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fun doing that.
It sure is.
Did you design it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Designer builder.
So what are you going to buy some stuff?
Some handles and things.
Handles?
Right. I've got to buy some handles for a mortuary tray that slides out of the wall. Yeah.
It sounds interesting. A mortuary tray.
Yeah.
What kind of a show is this?
It's about death.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And murder and mystery and intrigue.
It's a drama.
It is. Oh, it's a drama.
It's a
I don't know about the show, but it's a drama now.
It's a drama getting it on.
Yeah.
Is this your life in the theatre?
Yeah,
Designing
I suppose.
Sets
I've done a couple.
Yeah.
So I'm a set builder.
Are you a local? Newtowner?
Redfern.
Redfern.
Yeah, Redfern Heights.
Did you grow up there?
No, I'm from the country.
What part of the country are you from?
Tenterfield.
Tenterfield.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where Tenterfield is.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
And I moved here about 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've stayed in the same house.
Have you?
I think it's because of my country roots that I...
You're stuck.
Yeah.
How did you find the house?
Some friends and I moved down together from Queensland at the time, and we just found this big old terrace house, moved in, it was nice and big, we had lots of things to do.
Yeah.
And off we went. And they've all gone. And
they've all gone?
Yeah.
So who's living there now? Just you?
My wife and my baby.
How old is the baby?
7 months.
Boy, girl?
Little boy.
A boy?
Yeah.
What's his name, boy's name?
Buster.
Buster?
Yeah, Buster Ray.
Buster Ray.
Yeah.
That's a good name. Where did Buster come from? Is it in tribute to somebody?
Kind of.
Yeah?
I've always liked the name, but I had a friend when I grew up in Tenterfield, his name was Buster.
And is your wife in the theatre?
Yeah, she's a director.
Is that how you got the job?
Yeah,
no,
kind of.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. I'd like to think I got it on my own merits. I don't know.
How long have you been married?
For 4 or 5 years. I think.
You're not sure?
Yeah.
You've been together for a while before?
Oh,
that?
yeah. How
did you all hang out together from Queensland? Is it Julianne?
Yeah.
From Queensland?
How'd you know that? Did I say that?
I think you must have.
No, I met her at a party.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here in Sydney?
Yeah.
And said, hey, Julianne.
I said, hey, what are you doing later on?
Is that what you said? Do you remember?
I remember lots of detail, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I walked her home.
Yes.
She slammed the door in my face.
A good start.
Yeah. I went back to the party and tried to get on to some other woman.
And then how did you get back to Julianne?
Just pestered her, rang her up. Took her to the movies.
Yeah.
Things like that.
You remember what you took her to? Which movie?
Yeah, Vive la Vie. Yeah, you know that French movie?
Yeah.
With, I think Catherine Deneuve's in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And did she like it? Did she choose it or did you?
I think I did. I don't see many foreign films, but I thought I could try and impress her, you know.
This impressed her that you went to see a French film.
I see these films all the time.
Yeah. This
is a good one.
And so what was it that you found attractive about her?
She's full of zest. She still is.
Yeah.
You know, she's a really bubbly type person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did she see in you? Do you know?
Probably my sense of humour.
Yeah.
I'd say.
But she hasn't said. Did she ever sort of articulate what it is?
Not for a long time. She hasn't said for a long time.
No.
What it is.
Is life good to you? Has it been good to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's getting better all the time.
And getting better.
Yeah.
You're on easy street.
I don't know about that.
Not financially, but...
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Hi. We're from SBS. We do a little documentary series about people called Front Up. We meet people around Australia and say hello and what do you do and how's your life and things like that. Are you a famous person that we should know?
Not particularly.
Take your glasses off.
Famous in my own mind.
You're famous in your own
own
mind.
Yeah. No,
What do you
local
do?
real estate agent.
Is it something that you've done for a long time?
18 years.
That's a long time. You must be pretty good at it by now.
Probably, I don't know.
Is it your own business?
Yes, it is.
That's
my husband
terrific.
and I.
Family business. Do you have children?
Yes.
Are they selling?
One. No, she's little. She's 6. Just turned 6.
How do you manage business and...
Well, she's at school, so I pick her up at 3 and we're right. Yeah, she's fine.
Don't get stressed?
Oh, yeah, I get stressed. But, yeah.
At work or at home?
Oh, everywhere. Everyone gets stressed. I don't know.
No, but how do you deal with it, I suppose?
How do I deal with stress?
That's really
well, if it's stress at my husband, I'll yell at him. If it stresses my daughter, I'll just sort of go into another room and it's all over. You just got to put it away.
Right.
I don't know.
Your husband yell back?
No, we're not really yellers. When I say yellers, we don't really yell much.
With your husband being in the same business, that's obviously a potential source of conflict because you're always together, so there's more opportunity for that.
Yeah, I don't know. We've worked together ever since we sort of virtually have known one another, which is 20 odd years or so, 19 years or whatever. And the only time I found a conflict was when I stayed home for a couple of years and had my little baby to look after, and then found that we were sort of going, hang on, I didn't know you did that. We work better together. We communicate easier. It's easier if you're there on, daily. He has his side of the business, I have mine. We sort of, discuss it as we pass by. But no, I think it's easier together.
You obviously haven't got bored with each other.
No, it's still
Do you
there.
do things, impulsive things to keep the relationship fresh?
Impulsive things.
Or what? Well, I mean, it could be anything.
Well, it's not a planned relationship. No, it just happens. Yeah, I suppose we are impulsive people. If we feel like doing something, we tend to just do it. We've had to moderate that a little bit with Katie, the daughter, but that's okay. She hasn't slowed us down terribly much at all. In fact, we're enjoying that again.
How would you describe your lifestyle, apart from work?
Yes.
Do you have other interests? Do you have time for something else?
We like our snow skiing, our water skiing. We have a boat that we enjoy. We have a social life with our daughter that's just horrendous. We want our life back. But yes, and we've got a lot of good friends. We entertain at home, our home, their home. We seem to have very few weekends where we're doing little.
So a full, busy, happy life.
Yes.
Do you ever think of it that way? I mean, do you often stop and say, my God, I'm lucky?
Yes, I could be a lot worse off.
Yeah.
I could be worse off. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I am. I'm happy where I am. I'd change it if I wasn't.